What's up, guys? It's Mrjamvad, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. And today, ladies and gentlemen, you know we gotta highlight the Academy star. Shoutouts to Spooky Z. My man got as high as 1888 in under 6 days. My man came on the Academy Discord server 6 days ago. He had a goal of 1100, which is the bottom of the ladder. My man is almost 1900. Spooky has been revolutionizing the damn academy because he's 13. And I said to him his biggest asset is how teachable he is. He just listens and does and acts, no ego. So everybody's been improving because they've been learning from Spooky Z's mindset. So shout outs to him. And one more guy. Also shout outs to the Ender 10. My man's hopped into VGC, jumped 400 points. Like, ladies and gentlemen, man. It's hilarious to me. The thing I've been seeing the most in the Discord is like, oh shit, jumped 300 points. Oh, the highest I've ever gone. Oh, da 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 da. Guys, it's really the things you do. Oh yeah, I think, where did he go? Yeah, shout outs to I the Great, because I think he just hit his peak too as well. I'm waiting on the battle to start. But yeah, he hit like, I think 1750 something, which is the highest he's ever gone. I think 1700 was his goal, and then he ended up hitting 1756. Why? Because his mind changed. It's just such a beautiful thing, guys. Also, Academy Premier League going on. If you want to join, hit the link in the description down below. The Academy is just doing great things here, guys. It just makes me so happy to see. I love seeing. That's the point of this shit. Like, I don't make any money from this, so it's like, but I just, there's more to life. And I think if I was making money and in a way on YouTube, now I was just making a stack, just a ton of money, but I wasn't delivering the value that I wanted to, I'd hate it. I know myself. I've done that before, and I didn't like it, and I just don't like it, and so I know I'll stop playing and I'll stop like uploading. I'll stop doing these things. So it's just, that makes me more happy than any amount of anything else, views, anything else. Just that one person's mindset shift, and so I'm super pumped about that. As I look at my opponent's team, T-Tar is going to be critical for his Sun duo, Necrozma for his thing, Rotom for his Necrozma. I don't have Volt, Will-O-Wisp. His Necrozma could be problematic, but I guess Drill Under Sand could be something to help with that as well. Yeah, his Necrozma, he's quite problematic. I gotta be careful of that, particularly weakness policy variant. But yeah, that being said, T-Tar the utmost. The thing I guarded worst against is certainly Torkoal. Rocks don't help me too much, not like Sand can. I can't really deal with the Torkoal, but I think T-Spice go a far further, lot further. For example, even right here, I'd get 2 killed by Behemoth Blade, whereas it's better for me to just go hard to Necrozma, play rough. Yeah, like I don't get 2 killed by anything. I just get to Quake hard here because either one of two situations would have happened there. Because Zard, unless it mega evolves, yeah, does no damage. Come on, man, like y'all are tripping. But now I get Rocks Up, which is a pretty big deal for what I have remaining. Because Torkoal likely rears its ugly head. And it's gonna be a question of, do you opt for Rapid Spin, which he does. Because he can set up Stealth Rocks, but then I take your Torkoal from you, which means you can't set up Sun. And I just stall out the Sun turns. Because I think even Torkoal at max speed doesn't outspeed. Just think it's super funny. And so now I take this Torkoal from him. Actually, it's better to T-Spike again. Yep, Torkoal is better than Deoxys. So I'm guessing he doesn't get it, or he'll switch now. No, he just doesn't get it. Okay. So I should have recovered first, but like Eternatus beats Charizard. This is a very odd switch. Even if he Dynamax, obviously Dynamax cannon blows through. Even if I don't KO him. So okay, I see what he's gonna try. I'm assuming he's gonna just attempt to play rough here and then go back to Charizard, or he's gonna double switch to Charizard now. What's my spread? Max HP. Where are the extra EVs? Is it in defense? Okay, I'm like damn near max defense. Never mind. So I'll recover here. I knew he'd like there's just a certain point where you just know Fire Fang wouldn't have done any kind of damage anyway. But like by him sacking his Torkoal, it just let me know like he's gonna get ravaged by my Excadrill. Like absolutely ravaged by my Excadrill. And so my opponent is likely to, let me see if I want Ditto. I'm actually gonna beat down his Ditto. Because what I could do here is actually go to, but Max Airstream would be his best play if he Dynamax. So he goes for the Max Airstream as I expected. And T-Tar 1 can Dynamax back if I so choose. But I'm not even pressured by rocks right now. I wonder what this runs. I doubt it'd run like fighting move, but even if it does, my Rotom destroys it. So I'm gonna rest here. Max Quake, yeah. Okay, so they run, I guess, Scorching Sands. And he has one more turn to do literally no damage, and then I can get back up. His Max Airstream was a waste of a turn. So I'm guessing Scorching Sands is his other move. I can go for Stealth Rock here. Yeah, that's not doing damage. Be Stealth Rock here. Do I even need the rest? Yeah, because I want the Sandstorm. Because I'm Smooth Rock. Excellent, excellent. We just rest again here. Because we're going to Dynamax the Excadrill. Forgot about that. And so it's just being patient in all honesty. I'm assuming his other move is Hurricane plus Scorching Sands. He's going to die the next turn. So Ostracisation Crown. We're always going to go to Necrozma. Now he doesn't have a ground immunity because his Charizard's dead. I know it's like mad frustrating for him. But now the sand is gone so I can Moonlight freely and just fire off this Quake. You love to see it. Yeah, I love it when a plan comes together. You know what I mean? I love when the plans come together. So that's going to die to rocks. As I said, no more immunities. I still have my leftovers. Damn near at full. Can come back and take on that. Take on anything I want. Now this thing will be a little more annoying. And I think I want Will-O-Wisp on this team for this reason. I can see this being more problematic than I'd like. Or I'll just take Volt Switch. I don't know what Volt Switch. I only need Hydro Pump in this tier. What do I need Volt Switch for? We'll see. We'll see. So we're gonna. We're gonna slow him down first because he's probably Trick Room or something. Oh, he's just T-Wave like me. Leftover. Okay, never mind. I'm no longer afraid of this. Yeah, it's no longer a concern. Which means he's probably... Yeah, okay. I see what we do over here. He has knockoff too. Okay, this is fine. It means he can't touch me. He's probably Earthquake knockoff. We'll Pain Split for the health. Because he's probably just going to knock off spam. Either way, I get damn near back to full because Rotom's low HP. What was his rocker? Torkoal. So the Zacian Crown comes out. Now, it's a little more annoying because now he can Hax Fish. Which I figured he'd do. Please attack. So I was like, he can Hax Fish, but thankfully didn't get it there. I could fire off an Earthquake here. He got it there. But his Zacian, Fire Fang did 29%, 31. Come on, Necrozma easily breakthrough. Easily, he gets the roll. Which is something I didn't want to have to deal with, primarily because now the Mars Shadow gets a free switch in while I'm weakened. Because what I could have done was gone to Tyranitar and blah 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 and get sand up and get drilling. And then this Dynamax sweep, which I'm probably gonna do anyways, just a little more annoying than I'd like. And so what I'll do here is just knock this out. I'll easily take the rough. It's just more annoying than it needs to be. And so the Ditto gets forced to come in here, which gives me Sandstorm. Or gives me Zacian if that's what I want to do. I can Swords Dance and just clobber away at his. But I think going Tar is better. Yeah. And so now my opponent is likely to... Well, it doesn't really matter what he does. Mars Shadow should come out. Behemoth Blade hard here. Blow that thing away. Because it was Dynamax Cannon locked anyway. And so Ditto gets to come in. I actually didn't think about the fact that my Necrozma was dead. So CC could be a problem. Problem is I don't know how fast I get with a Choice Scarf. Yeah, I think I'm faster than +2 drill with wow, that was a pretty big mistake. Now I can get around it by Dynamaxing my Rotom. It's just that I just realized how silly of a mistake I just made. So Behemoth Blade locks, which kind of sealed it for me because I can go to Rotom. Because I quad resist Behemoth Blade and its max attack. I'm curious as to how much it's gonna do. I think my best play here is to Pain Split anyway. It doesn't do a lot. 26%, no damage. Oh yeah, my leftovers are knocked off. 26%, no damage. How many does he have left? Pain Split is still my play. And now should just knock off hard. It doesn't really matter what he does, but we just basically don't want him copying Zacian again. Yeah, let's just get this over with. So we just Earthquake spam. And then go to Eternatus and Revenge Kill him. That actually took literally nothing from Earthquake. And now he has to Dynamax Cannon, which would have locked him. I made a mistake allowing for Zacian to get to even come in there though. So week one, it wouldn't have been a problem if I had kept Eternatus at full. That means there's no one move he could lock himself into. Eternatus was cover against the close combats. And Rotom would cover against Behemoth Blade. Though Pain Split helped me a lot in that game. If I had a Will-O-Wisp, I would need to Pain Split. I know this is tough. It's tough. Which one I'd like more? Would I use Volt Switch? If I Dynamax max Lightning, I could see Volt Switch being like super good. And versus Rain, I do have Eternatus to help with my Rain matchup. And Rotom could just Will-O-Wisp with the Rain Abuser. I'm not gonna have Hazard Control on this. I'll take Defog off for Pain Split and just roll with it. If we make a mistake, we make a mistake. We adapt and adjust. It is what it is. but it's a blast. I'm having a blast, man. Academy, guys, go ahead and join the Premier League. Only a few slots are left if you want to sign up to potentially be a manager, and that's where you have a team and you basically pick who starts. People do tryouts, and it's just it's just a wonderful thing. Hopefully our forums will be ready by the time we get this all started. And guys, I am super thankful for each and every one of you guys, man. Like, you know, at the risk of sounding, you know, repetitive and cheesy, I'd rather say too much than not enough, that's for sure. But it's just the things that are coming together as we help each other out is just mind-blowing. I'm just happy to be a part of that. Guys, a very cool team with 1636. It's around where I'm at currently, yeah. And so he's probably competent. Gonna be putting in some work. All right. And he has Eternatus, which I don't like to see here because, well, I can maybe play around it because I want Toxic Spikes to poison the Rillaboom and the Dragapult. Rillaboom happened to be a problem for us, particularly Dynamax variant, but you know, can deal with. But he has a move that's super effective on anything, grass and ground. Dragapult also, but I do have Tyranitar. If he's a physical Dragon Dance one, then I have to be very careful around that. T-Tar guards well against and Blissey, Eternatus, kind of Dragapult. Zacian is pretty difficult for him to deal with. Rotom is semi-difficult for him to deal with. Excadrill, Dynamaxed, kind of. What are his offensive threats? I'm gonna need T-Tar and Eternatus, Necrozma to be at their utmost of health. Rotom as well. And so I'm probably gonna only be switching between those two. Not gonna have too much sand up unless I have to because it neuters my Necrozma. My worst case scenario is Rillaboom and Dragapult. So for that reason, I'm actually going to start off with Zacian. And he led with one of the two. This is what the point of a lead, though. So I'm going to just attack what's in front of me. He's Helmet. That's not good. That's not fun. That's not fun. So the fact that he Morning Sunned hard is the sign of like a competent player. I expect Blissey there, but what I can do is Volt Switch out and control the game a bit more, because obviously he's gonna go for, I'd assume, well, this might not be Stealth Rocker. Might not be Stealth Rocker. Let's see. So he has Wish, which means I'm staring down potentially Rilla. Potentially. I can deal with Rillaboom somewhat. So he Rotom Washes, which means he's gonna go for Defog here. He's trying to hazard control. I'm gonna take this bit of crunch damage. Besides, there's much I'm gonna be losing. So take that bit of crunch damage, defense drop. So now if this is a Will-O-Wisp variant, then this is where he's gonna go for it. I'm just debating whether or not I want Eternatus burnt. But it seems like they don't carry Will-O-Wisp. They probably carry Voltage to the down. I'm going to Stealth Rock again. Okay, so he does. So I guess mine just, maybe he doesn't have Pain Split. Or maybe he doesn't have because it forces me to rest earlier than I'd like. So his Rotom is already mad low. We Stealth Rock again here, obviously. Let's see what his other move is. He might not have Pain Split, so he goes to Blissey, which means he's gonna attempt to Wish here. Just fine. Blissey's getting too low, so he can't play around with this too much. Yeah, so he Soft Boils instead, which makes sense. And so now it's a situation of trying to burn that Necrozma. I'm not letting that Necrozma just do as it pleases. If he stays in, I know he'll knock, but he'll likely go back to Blissey, right? And so Zacian comes in. Blissey is far too important a Pokemon, particularly because he doesn't know what kind of Necrozma I am. And so 0% chance that he's just gonna, but the Rocky Helmet is such a problem, so I'm gonna have to continually make this double a couple more times. Let's see. And so now this is a great position for me to be in, because now I'm likely staring down Rillaboom or Rotom Wash. Rillaboom or Rotom Wash. It's a great position for my he actually wished there. Doesn't matter though, but because I'm still just gonna Dynamax Cannon. Unless these carry Teleport too. If he goes hard Rotom, then fuck it. So he carries Seismic Toss. So bold play going for Wish. Because I could have, if I SD'd there, I could have killed Amon. Because I just Rock Slide the Rotom. I'm assuming that would have KO'd. And so now he's going to be in a spot where he's going to try to Wish and save his Rotom. So I'm going to try to force that Rillaboom in somehow by going Zacian. Now he can't Wish Rotom up. And so I'll CC hard here. Because the only mon he can go into, so he goes to Necrozma, which I figured he had to. And so if he has knockoff, this is where he'd go for it. It's ballsy if I go for it would make sense for him to double out into Rotom, which is why I'm actually going to go to my Eternatus here. I know I could get T-Waved, but he just goes for Stealth Rock, so he's like, okay, at this point I'm just going to play it like, okay, fair enough, because the Stealth Rocks hampers my Rotom significantly. Now thing about this is, if he stays in and allows me to weaken this Necrozma, smart play to go to Blissey. So my opponent's competent, like, and I'm glad for that. Which means he's gonna opt for Wish here. I have no choice but to go back to my Necrozma, my Zacian, I mean, and pull this double again. Now, Swords Dancing makes a lot of sense on my end. He has Rock Slide. He has. My only qualm is Rotom coming in. No, I know what I'll do. What I'll do is Swords Dance here. Let the Necrozma come in rather than risk the double switch and force him to go for whatever else he has. It's going to be either Thunder Wave, Earthquake. Okay. So I know his fourth move, which means he might only have Earthquake. If that's the case, then Excadrill actually sets up on that. Speaking of which, that's who I'm going to be having going crazy right now as he goes for the Eternatus. The Rocky Helmet is a problem, man. I did not think that would be such a problem. And so I see no Black Sludge or anything. It could be Shed Shell like my own. Could be Shed Shell like my own. I'm gonna pivot to Zacian here as Blissey comes out, and we're gonna pivot to Excadrill here as Necrozma comes out. So it's a question of what that Necrozma's other move is, because I get to SD here and I get to abuse my Dynamax because I realize my matchup, he has actually a fairly solid team versus mine, and so I'm gonna have to play that to my fullest advantage. And so we're gonna see his fourth move here. If it's not Earthquake, I mean, if it's not, you know what I'm saying, if it's Earthquake, then he can't touch me at all. So my Excadrill can come in every time. Now he's in a spot where then I have to decide, do I bank on the Dynamax, which he opts for, and so he's probably gonna Dynamax this Rillaboom. It's just a question of whether or not I 2-hit KO him. Drops the defense. I I think I have to go for broke here. He's gonna probably Dynamax. I'll Dynamax. Um, Max Phantasm +2 is 120. Max Rockfall is 130. But it drops his defense, which is a big deal. I don't know. I don't remember what his drum beating stuff does. We're gonna have to learn today, because I have the +2. I have too much going for me. Grassy Glide's trying to knock me out. Excellent. So that means his Rillaboom is gone. I get to Max Phantasm. Rillaboom being gone is a big deal. Very big deal. And so I get to like maim a Pokemon basically early, and my Excadrill is still alive, and I have 2 more turns of Dynamax at +2. And so Blissey probably gets murked by Max Rockfall. I'm pretty sure he'd be trying to stall out my Dynamax. Yeah, go to Rotom. That makes sense to me. Even if the Blissey didn't die, that was pretty much a no drawback play, and so I get a 3-for-1 sale here. So Necrozma coming in is great for us. One, because he can't heal. Oh wow! So Zacian just goes crazy now. Zacian just goes bonkers now, even though the other 2 win anyway, because I'm +2. So Eternate is. Oh my goodness, that was exciting. That was some. We had to position ourselves to perfection in that one. But when once you over time, you're gonna start realizing the holes in. I think that's a question I get asked a lot. How do you know, like, even though, because I've never used the team I'm using before, yet people send me random teams and I can use them. That's just because once you learn what things, meaning each Pokemon generally does, over time you'll gather that knowledge to know, okay, I'll use this team, and then I'll just, because you know what Excadrill tends to do. If you see Shadow Claw, you know what that tends to do, and that's just knowledge. So enjoy the journey, you know what I mean, and play that up, and over time you'll get it. I think the biggest thing recently I've been trying to explain and even learn within myself is people's impatience, and I'm like, that's something I had to learn recently myself. It's like, if Pokemon is something you enjoy, why would you want to rush through something you enjoy doing? So if you're eating the most amazing steak, the most amazing whatever, how do you think the best way to eat it would be? Savor each bite, move it around on your tongue, just like, yes, my favorite restaurant that you only go to like once a month or once a year, whatever, and you get it and you just shove it down your mouth. You barely taste it, you barely savored it, or do you enjoy the process? You take your time cutting that. You can't wait till it hits the tongue. You're like, So that's how Pokemon should be approached competitively. But when we get in that loop of, I'm trying to get the points, it's as if I'm like, I'm trying to get to the restaurant, I'm trying to eat, I'm trying to taste it. You don't even let me enjoy the process. And so that's oh my god, Zacian eats this guy's team up. Like, the moment I saw that, I was like, Zacian and Excadrill, because everything is grounded. And I have Necrozma for his Kyurem, and I have Zacian for his everything else. I have Tyranitar for the sand, Rotom. Yeah, this is just a bloodbath. I'm not sure what this can do. Now, me not having hazard control is gonna bite me in the ass, and so what I'm gonna do to mitigate that is, well, I guess I can just murk him with Zacian early, and then murk him with Zacian early, and then, because what I'm gonna do is lead Rotom on his Shuckle. But the reason I'm gonna go Rotom on Shuckle is because I want to bait out either the Encore, or I want to bait out the because he's gonna assume I have Defog, right? Or I want to bait out something Or if he doesn't sticky web first, then I'll voltage break the sub, go to Zacian, and then just murk him. Because I could have went Zacian to begin with, but obviously his ability would be an issue. Well, I think Sun Steel Strike would have went through the ability, but I wouldn't have knocked him out from the range he's at. You get the Volt Switch here. Let's see if he set up Sticky Web first, or does he go up for the Encore or anything like that. So he tries to Toxic. Actually, it just went perfectly. So now he can't switch in Amon. He loses Amon here. Because again, Rotom tends to be able to... Him protecting there could have... Like, if I Swords Dance there, and that Marshadow isn't... I get him trying to get back to Sturdy. But if that Marshadow isn't Sash or Scarf, I swept him there. And based on the fact that he just sent it in, I'd assume it's one of the latter. And so I'm going to get these C-Turn Edison. It's probably Scarf. Or either way, we'll T-Spike here. Man, I'm bulky. Actually, do I T-Spike? Flamethrower guarantees me value. And I can use Sand to take on the Marshadow, I guess. What would his initial switch to this be? No, T-Spike is better here, actually. Mewtwo would be his initial switch. And T-Spike value goes far further than Mewtwo. Because I can just go Sand on Mewtwo, get up rocks. And that's that, honestly. Excadrill just destroys him. Because then he'd have to go to... Right. So Mewtwo comes out. Reset this Sand up. Even if he Focus Blasts here, I'll tank from T-Tar, because T-Tar is just T-Tar. Even if he's Nasty Plots or Calm Minds, anything of that nature, he's leftovers, which is odd. But again, I'm not concerned about this because I have a Zacian. So we're going to get up rocks here. He only has Ice Beam too, which is like horrible for him because I'll get to Crunch. I just need Sandstorm T-Tar for the Sand as he forfeits. I think he started to understand. If +2 Ice Beam did 27%, that was a crit. +2, no, it's Calm Mind, but crit Ice Beam did 27%. Yeah, I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that Tyranitar. We're gonna grab our last one for today. But yeah, man. I'm just really happy with the Academy. Shout outs to Spooky Z, man. This the youngin came in and just breathed life into all things. So if you're confused about how to sign up for the Premier League, you just go to the Academy Premier League channel. It's going to be on the Academy tournaments. So let me close all of this so you guys don't have to see that, so it's less potentially daunting. And so it'll say Academy tournaments. Just go to player, sign up, and then when the draft comes up, you'll get drafted onto a team, and you're gonna play versus other players for a couple weeks, and we're vying for the championship, the first Academy PL team champion. I think it'll be a blast. I'm not sure the frequency of these. I might do one like once every 6 months. I don't think once a year, or maybe if there are just so many tournaments going on. There's just so many possibilities, guys. Possibilities are endless. So let's pause until we find some. Yeah. So hyper offense versus hyper offense. Well, not hyper offense, but bulky. I'll say this is bulky, but his is pulse to wall. Rotom shuts down. Well, it could be Power Whip Gyarados. I think, have fun. I think that's something that could be possible and I'd want to be careful of, because I might just get smacked by that. And so I might lean more to my... I want to say +1 Zacian already outspeeds Gyarados, so I might lean more to that as my counter. And my Zacian just destroys him. My Rotom destroys all his physical attackers, and my Necrozma destroys. So it's the defensive backbone kind of win. If I can murk him with Excadrill Dynamax, that will. It's certainly possible. But I'm likely staring down... What's his face? Screens this thing, and so... You know, that's kind of messing with my swag. I don't want the Mew getting up too many hazards, but I'm just not sure if it's Thunder Wave, if it's anything like that. Then I don't want my Zacian paralyzed. So I have to make a decision. Hey, do I assume? I'm gonna assume Zacian. I'm gonna assume no T Wave or anything like that. And just assume that he's gonna go for the attack. Could be red card too. That's like the worst case scenario. Yes, he taunted though. Okay, good. Because his Kyurem probably is. I figured he might taunt, which is why I didn't Stealth Rock. And so Zacian obviously coming out means that Necrozma has to do his damn job. He outspeeds me after the fact. Is it better to Thunder Wave this? It does mean that my Zacian defeats everything he has left. If I Earthquake him, what T-Wave can miss? Excadrill still KOs him though. Okay, cool. So that means now my Zacian 100% beats his. Necrozma has done its job. It's crazy that I'm still slower. I probably should put speed enough to where I outspeed Zacian after the fact. I don't know why he did that. Yeah, I don't get why he did that. Not that it changes anything, but I just don't understand it. So I'll have to deal with the Grimmsnarl, especially because he's gonna get fully paralyzed here. Oh, he didn't. Oh, you're supposed to get fully paralyzed, kid. So let's kill this. I want to lure in his Necrozma and burn it, because he seems to be the type to, when he commits to a particular decision, he sticks with it. I don't want this Thunder Waved at all, and so what I'll do is Eternate is here. Even if he reflects, there's a Thunder Wave. I knew you had it. So it's probably Thunder Wave reflect, maybe no attacks. Okay, badly poison. And so now, maybe a fairy move. I'm curious as to what the other move would be. Because obviously you opt for, I think Rotom is always my play here. Unless he has a fairy move. Right, there's a Necrozma. I want it to be in versus this so I could Will-O-Wisp it. Yep, perfect. Please fucking hit. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, ladies and gentlemen. It had to be versus the 1300 player too, because now it's impossible to kill this shit. That's not true. If I sent out T-Tar, what would he go for? Go for Behemoth Blade. He'd probably DD again, honestly. G-Sun still striked hard. He has one more turn to reflect. Okay, so Excadrill obviously outspeeds. +1. Anything can't kill me because Earthquake is probably his other move. So if I max guard, blast away, or do I Swords Dance here? I might die. I might die to his move. So I'm gonna max guard into. Oh, he had Heat Wave. I don't think I would have died to that, but Doesn't matter now. Max Quake. And so Gyarados comes in, but Reflect is gone. Sandstorm has 2 more turns. Rockfall. He Dynamaxes. I Max Phantasm. I think I still prevail. So he max guards there. Smart. And now he's gonna go for the water stab. And so I'm pretty sure me going into Zacian here wins me the game. Because he's gonna go again, try to water boost. I can't die to any one move, even Max Quake. I don't think he'd Max Quake a balloon. Max Quake to balloon. Which matters a lot because now he Max Quake to balloon. I don't think he saw the balloon, honestly. I don't think he saw it. I don't think he saw it. But I still think I can win the game easily. Especially because Kyurem has to come out here. And Kyurem... Okay, so he goes Grimmsnarl first. Makes sense. It's just a question of what his Grimmsnarl's other move is. So I'm gonna Earthquake first, as I know he's gonna Reflect. If it's foul play, then I'm like, okay. Either way, my Excadrill isn't what I'm gonna have in right here. So I'm gonna Earthquake again to see if it's foul play. So SDing here. I think if it's okay, so it's taunt and okay, cool. So that means I have to go to Eternatus here, because what I'm trying to do is set up a situation where the Kyurem hopefully doesn't get the roll he wants. Please, for the love of God, Eternatus. That did no damage. But if he outrage locks, it depends on what his moves are. Please eat. Two. Fuck. The one wisp miss on Rotom. But I don't regret any of the plays. I had to go to Zacian. Good game. It's funny, in his mind he completely disregarded the Will-O-Wisp miss, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Just got to take that where you take that. But yeah, I'm really happy with how I played that one game, the game where with the actual competent player. I'm trying to think what could have been done differently, in all honesty, because I couldn't let him. Could I let him kill Drill? No. If I let him kill Drill with his Gyarados, then I'd go Zacian, go for the electric move. He'd go back to Grimmsnarl. Actually, I could have let him kill Drill. In hindsight, I could have let him kill Drill. The only qualm would be me breaking through the paralysis. So what would have happened if I let him kill Drill? Because I thought it was a 0% chance he'd go for Max Quake. I have a balloon. I genuinely don't think he saw, unless he thought I would go to Zacian. I mean, Eternatus, and was trying to predict. Thought he was gonna Dynamax stall. I guess that could be a thing. Wasn't necessary in a situation like that, but either way, that was irrelevant. Sack Excadrill, go to Zacian at full, kill the Gyarados, force him to go to his Grimmsnarl to try to T-Wave me. In fact, I honestly could have let him T-Wave me, because Kyurem can't kill Zacian. And so all I would need is for the Kyurem to not, for my Zacian to not get fully paralyzed. Which I had to depend on for me to win with Eternatus anyway. So I should have just banked on the 75% chance of winning. So I could have played that better even after the Will-O-Wisp miss. So that's something to store in the memory banks. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.